This book is to be read in bed. Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. The news just came in from the country of Kek that a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck is yawning so wide you can look down his neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is, so I'm bothering telling you so. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start others' yawns off. Now, the news just came in that some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can look down their necks. At this very moment, right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. The yawn of that one little bug is still spreading. According to latest reports, it is heading across the wide fields, through the sleepy night air, across the whole country, towards every which where. And people are gradually starting to say, "I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day." The creatures are starting to think about rest. 2 Bifferbaum birds are now building their nests. They do it each night, and quite often I wonder how they do this big job without making a blunder. But that is their problem, not yours and not mine. The point is, they're going to bed, and that's fine. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. The time for night brushing of teeth is at hand. Up Herkhammer Falls, where great rivers rushes, and crashes down crags in great gargling gushes, the Herkhammer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath, if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. The news just came in from the castle of Kerp that lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. And the old drawbridge drawer just said with a yawn, "My drawbridge is drawn, and it's going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come round with a special delivery letter." Everywhere, creatures are falling asleep. The collapsible Fink just collapsed in a hink. And by adding the Frink to the others before, I am now able to give you the Who's Asleep score. Right now, 40,404 creatures are happily, deeply in slumber. I think you'll agree, that's a whopping fine number. Counting up sleepers, just how do we do it? Really, quite simple, there's nothing much to it. We find out how many, we learn the amount, by an audio-teleo-teleo count. On a mountain, halfway between Reno and Rome, we have a machine in a plexiglass dome, which listens and looks in everyone's home, wherever it sees new sleepers go flop, it jiggles and lets a biggle ball drop. Our chap counts these balls as they plop in a cup, and that's how we know who's down and who's up. What a fine night for sleeping. From all that I hear, it's the best night for sleeping in many a year. They've even asleep in the Zweiback Hotel. And people don't usually sleep there very well. The beds are like rocks, and everyone knows the sheets are too short, they won't cover your toes. So, if people are actually sleeping in there, it must be a great night for sleeping. It must be in the air. Do you know who's asleep? Out in Fauna Laguna. 2 very nice Fauna Laguna baboona. We've added them to our Who's Asleep count, which has grown in a really amazing amount. Exactly 8,808 creatures are asleep now. Isn't that great? A Jed is in bed, and the bed of a Jed is the softest of beds in the world, it is said. He makes it from pom-poms, he grows on his head. He's asleep right now, in the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff. Everywhere, creatures have shut off their voices. They've all gone to bed, in the beds of their choices. They're sleeping in bushes, they're sleeping in crannies, some on their stomachs and some on their fannies. They're peacefully sleeping in comfortable holes, some even on soft-tuffed barbershop poles. The number of sleepers is now past the millions. The number of sleepers is now in the billions. They're sleeping on steps, and on strings, and on floors, in mailboxes, ships, and the keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fishhook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to bite. Every whale in the ocean has turned off his spout. Every light between here and Farfoodle is out. And now, adding things up, we are way beyond the millions. Our Who's Asleep score is now in the zillions. 99 zillion, 9 trillion and 2 creatures are sleeping. So, how about you? When you put out your light, then the number will be 99 zillion, 9 trillion, and 3. Good night. This book is to be read in bed.